Welcome, yogis. Welcome back to another chair yoga session. I hope everybody's doing well, getting through the cold part of the year, staying active, and keeping the blood pumping and the oxygen flowing through our bodies. If not, that's why we're here. Today I want to throw something a little different into our practice, and the chair yoga class back in Tennessee, I sent you some bands, some resistant bands, and they're all different colors. I want you to take a note that some of the bands are, well, they all have a different level of resistance to them. And if you look at the end of them, like the gray bands all say extra heavy at the bottom there. So they have much harder resistance, much more stiff and harder to make it stretch. Whereas the pink ones say at the very bottom, light, and under there, and so a lot less resistance and much easier to stretch the band. So it will be up to you. There's everything in between extra heavy and light. There's green, yellow, blue, and so just choose the one that you think would be best for you. I'll go middle ground. Well, I'll just do yellow. Let's see, that one is a extra light. No, I don't want it. I want somewhere in the middle. Let's do green. Okay, greens are medium. Perfect. Okay, choose the right one for you, and we will go ahead and get started. Just keep it nearby. We're not going to start out with it, but have it there, ready to use. I'll just get it out of my way. We'll add that extra twist and element of support and interest to the class. So let's get started. Sit back in the chairs. Let the backrest support you. Find that comfortable spot for your feet to rest, your hands, your shoulders. Let's just inhale and exhale. And I just want you to start to tune in. I want you to start to tune into yourselves, because I want you to take this next hour to have a conversation with your body. You're going to listen to your body and explore its range of motion and listen to what it tells you about what feels good and what does not feel good. We want you to feel good. If something is a strain or it hurts, stop, back off, and of course, always be mindful of things that you already know you have. Shoulder issues or knee issues or hip issues. Be mindful of those things throughout. You don't have to do everything we're doing. You can sit out of any pose or movement we're engaged in. Some can be modified. So let's just be mindful of ourselves for the next hour. Tune into ourselves, and the best way to do that is to start with our breath. So let's just breathe. Just close your eyes and just inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And I just want you to bring your attention to the rise and fall of your shoulders as you inhale and as you exhale. Feel the air pass above your upper lip. Nice cool air entering your nostrils, filling up your belly, filling up your rib cage, filling up your upper chest for a full inhale. And then as you exhale through your nose, feel that warmed air passing back over your lip, with getting rid of all the old air, all the stale air. When you exhale, draw your navel back towards your spine to empty out, to squeeze out all that old stale air. Bring your rib cage back together. Let your collarbone and shoulders fall down. And repeat. Inhale and exhale. And we'll start to move. So your next inhale, lift your chins up. You may need to sit away from the back of the chair, depending on the chair. As you inhale, lift that chin up, opening the throat. And then as you exhale, draw your chin back down to your chest, making the back of the neck nice and long. Inhale, lifting the chin. And exhale, lowering the chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's come back to center. Let's just turn our heads to look over our left shoulders. And then to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, as far as you can go, comfortably. To the right, to the left, to the right, and back to center. Let's draw our chins back down to our chest. Roll that head over to the left, bringing your left ear over your left shoulder. And then roll your head down again, chin to chest, and roll it up. Over on the other side, right ear above right shoulder. Back and forth. Rolling your head, stretching out the neck, stretching out the upper shoulders, trapezius, all those muscles around your shoulder blades. Getting them stretched out, warmed up, loosened up. And let's bring our heads back to center. Let's interlace our fingers, bring it behind our heads, elbows out, nice and big. Oh, push the chest out a little bit, arching the upper back, opening through the opening through the armpits, pushing our elbows back. Inhale into the chest. And then exhale. And as you do, draw your chin down to your chest. Bring your elbows together in front of you or as close as you can. Stretching out the back of the neck. Gently pull your head down a little bit to really stretch out the back of the neck. And then when you inhale, open those elbows again. Open the chest, open the underarms, and exhale. And inhale, open. And exhale, close. At your own pace. Moving with your own breath. And now drop our hands down to the tops of our thighs. Excuse me. Sit away from the back of the chair so we have room to continue that motion, but bringing it all the way down our spine for seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, push the chest and belly forward, and exhale. Roll that back down, chin to chest, slumping forward into seated cat. Inhale, push the belly and chest forward, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, lifting the chin into seated cow. Exhaling back to cat, slumping down, rolling the shoulders. Back and forth with your own breath. Warming up the whole spine. When you roll back onto your tailbone a little bit. And as you roll forward, roll up onto your sit bones. And then roll back onto that tailbone. You're engaging the lower back, stretching out the sciatic nerve area around your sacrum, around that bone that goes across the back of your hips. Rolling back onto the tailbone, rolling up onto the sit bones. Warming up the whole spine and the lower back. Let's keep that up. Let's come back to center. Drop our hands by our sides and inhale. Sweep the arms up, build energy, reaching up nice and tall. And exhale, palms down to heart center. Drop the arms. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, palm center. Drop them again. Inhale, sweeping up. And this time, exhale, turn to the left. Bring your left arm over the back of the chair. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Keep your sit bones firmly in the seat, parallel to the front of the seat. You don't want your hip bones to shift in this. You want them anchored down. Each inhale, see if you can sit up a little taller and drop the shoulders away from the ears a little more. And as you exhale, see if you can't deepen the twist just a little without straining, without pain. And slowly unwind first your head, then your shoulders and your torso. Drop the hands down by our sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, turn to the right. Right arm over the back of the chair, around the back of the chair. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Turning to look over our right shoulder again. Hips are firmly in the seat. Inhaling, sit up a little taller. Exhaling, deepen the twist. Turning to the breath. And slowly unwind. First the head, shoulders, and the torso. We're back in center, and we are in seated mountain. Let's do that. Let's check our seated posture. So we want our knees directly over our ankles. Our feet and knees are about hip width apart. Our sit bones are firmly in the seat of the chair, equal weight on both. Engage your core to lift your chest up nice and tall. Now, draw those shoulder blades together behind you and drop your hands down by your side. And I want you to experiment with something here. Your palms are probably facing inward towards you, and you're drawing your shoulder blades together. Rotate your arms to bring your palms facing front, and see if that makes it a little easier to pull your shoulder blades back together. Is it easier to hold it like that than it is with your arms like facing in? Rotate those palms facing out. Might be a little easier. Add another element or dimension or mechanic to the whole process. Make your chins parallel to the floor and the crown of the head is reaching up. Your whole body is engaged. Okay, let's inhale and sweep our arms up again. And let's exhale. Palms to heart center. Lean forward, rotate to the left, bring your right elbow on top of your right thigh, or for a deeper twist, right elbow to left thigh. Either way, you want your tailbone reaching towards the back of the chair and the crown of your head reaching across the room. Nice long spine. Trying to keep our hands at heart center. Nice gentle twist. Come back up. Drop the hands. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale. Down, twist to the right. Left elbow on top of left thigh. Or right thigh for a deeper twist. Equal weight stays on both sit bones. And now I want you to just bring both of your forearms down to the tops of your thighs, leaning down. Shift your weight to your left forearm so you can release your right arm. And we're going to sweep it up behind us. Keep equal weight on both sit bones. Draw your arm back as far as you can comfortably go. Look up at your hand if your neck allows, or you can keep your gaze back down at the floor. Inhale, elongate that spine. Exhale, deepen the twist a little. Use those upper back muscles. And sweep down. Forearms back on top of the thighs. Shift your weight to the right arm, straighten the left. Equal weight on both sit bones, twist up, draw that left arm back, rotating the whole torso. Use those upper back muscles to hold that arm back. And rotate back down. Let's pick it up. Right arm sweeping back and down. Left arm sweeping back and down. Right arm, inhale, sweep back. Exhale down. Left arm, inhale. Exhale down. Right. Exhale. Left. Exhale. Right. Exhale. Left. Exhale. One more on each side. Right. Left. And let's roll ourselves back up. Let's get our lower back loosened up with some windshield wipers. And we're going to move into our legs and hips here. So sit forward a little bit and find the right position for you so that you can let your knees just fall side to side. And you want your hips twisting with you. You want your sit bones moving. You don't want them anchored during this. You want to just go side to side so that your lower back is doing the twisting too. You're letting it twist. And the faster you go, the more you're warming up that whole area. So just as comfortably as you can, just back and forth. I have a cloth seat. It's not as easy for my hips to freely twist, so I'm lifting myself up here a bit. If you have a vinyl or leather seated chair, then it's a little easier to let your hips go and twist. We work with what we have. Okay, let's step our feet wide, and so that we can bring our knees together and apart, together and apart, so that you're getting that awkward like bend in and you're feeling your ball and socket joints in your hips, your leg bone twisting inside your hip bone. Again, as fast as you can comfortably go, just to keep the warmth moving to that part of your body so that the muscles are a little more forgiving. The tendons and everything is a little more apt to let go and loosen up if they're nice and warm. That's why people do hot yoga. I don't do it. That just sounds like torture, but get in a really hot room and work out. But it does have its merits. It does warm up the muscles and lets them stretch more and keeps them from tightening and cramping and being sore afterwards. So I'll get into it someday maybe, but I'm okay with this for now. Just a room temperature yoga. Warming up the muscles is the point. That's why we're doing the movement. Okay, So, a little tired from that, so let's stretch the hips out first. Place that right ankle on top of your left thigh. And flex that right foot. And sitting up nice and tall, equal weight on both sit bones. Feeling that stretch now in that hip. Lean forward to deepen the stretch. Keeping your back straight, your shoulders down away from your ears. Still using good posture here. Return to your breath. Really stretching out that hip joint. It should feel good. It should feel like a release. Let's gently roll back a little bit onto your tailbone to release that leg back down. The other hip may have gotten a little cold, so let's step our feet wide again. Just a little interim warm up so that both sides of the hips get stretched out when they're nice and warm. All right, let's bring that left leg up on top of the right. Sitting up nice and tall, equal weight on both sit bones, flexing that that left foot. Finding a comfortable place of rest. Sitting up tall. Giving that hip time to release and open. Return to the breath. Roll back onto our tailbone, release that foot back down. Okay, let's pick up our straps. Okay, we're gonna do some stretching and strengthening with the aid of these. They're good for so many things. We'll cover a few of them. So, you want a firm grasp on two ends of your strap so you can place your right foot into it. Just have it wrapped around the bottom of your right foot. Firm grasp on your strap. Straighten your leg. Use the strap to hold your leg up. You may need to put the straps together and bring your grip down a little lower. It's probably a little easier with the tighter straps, the heavier, the gray ones. Whichever, just find the place where you can hold your leg up and you're feeling a stretch all the way down the back of the leg. And just lift your leg as high as you can go. You want to feel a stretch, but you don't want to feel a strain, and you don't want to feel pain. It should feel good. Breathe into those tight spaces. Now, put both sides of the straps in one hand. If it's not already, put it into your right hand if you've got your right leg up. And keep that leg straight. Bring it out to the side as comfortably as you can go, as far as you can go. Till we feel a nice stretch all the way down the inside of the thigh. You want to face forward. If it's hard to hold this up, bring your arm over, but don't turn towards that leg. You want to face forward so that you get the stretch on the inside of the thigh. Just give the inside time to warm up, release. Let's bring it back forward. Release your foot back down to the ground and switch. Bring it underneath your left foot. Straighten your left leg. Pull it up. Feel that stretch all the way down the back of the leg. Just as high as you can comfortably go. You can also lean forward into it to deepen the stretch as well. Make sure you've got good posture and sitting up straight. Now both sides of the straps in the left hand. Bring that leg out to the side as far as you can comfortably go. Feel the stretch down the inside of the thigh. Keep your torso facing forward. And let's bring it in. Release it back down. Remove the strap from there. Let's use the strap. Let's keep it up and use it for our chest and shoulders. So let's bring it out in front of us and holding it with two arms about this far apart, wider than your chest, definitely. Okay. If you have a firm grip, that's good. If you think you might let go, maybe wrap your hands in a little bit. Yeah. Okay. You just want a nice firm grip, and everybody has a different strength in their strap. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up overhead and push your chest out. Bring those arms back behind your head so that you can bend to the elbows now, and bring the strap down behind your head. Breathe into your upper chest. Stretching across the front of the chest. Now bring the strap to the back of your neck. Fold your arms forward, shoulder width apart, holding for support. Lift your chin up and pull the strap, supporting your neck muscles as you tilt your head back far. And then bring your head back to center. Tilt it back again. Back to center. You're supporting those neck muscles as you bend the spine, or the neck spine. Back and forth. And let's release here. Okay, keep your hands, if you already have your hands wrapped in, that's good. Okay, I want you to, I'm going to stand up and turn around so you can see what I'm doing. I want you to bring the strap down like that. And then I want you to roll your wrists in so that your hands are bound like you're being kidnapped. Keeping your hands down and extended, keeping those shoulders back. Your shoulder blades are naturally really coming together, opening across the chest. Hands are bound now. Lift the chin. And lower the chin, chin to chest. And now roll your head over to the left. Stretching out the right side of the neck and all the way down the right shoulder. And roll your head forward. Up over to the right side, stretching out the left side and the left shoulder. And back down. Just roll your head around. Feel that stretch. Deepening the stretch through the neck and shoulders. See if you can roll your head over. When you roll it to the right, see if you can bring your head back just a little bit to really stretch the front of the shoulder and front of the neck. A little bit. And then roll it down and over to the left. Rolling the head back slightly once it gets over to the left side. Back and forth. Okay. All right. Release those hands. Let's do one more thing with this, with the strap while we've got it. I want you to bring it underneath your thighs. All right. And wrap it over your thighs. So you're tying it up together, holding it. So you're kind of bound. You don't have to really wrap it in, but just you're going to hold it like this, okay? And we got our knees about hip width apart, okay? And the challenge here is now spread your knees apart and together and apart, together. Make sure the strap stays kind of wide so it doesn't cut into your skin. And you can get an arm workout doing this too by pushing the strap out and getting that, and then pulling the legs out. So you're getting arm and leg workout here. Strengthening the hips, strengthening the arms. 2 for 1. Don't forget good posture while you're doing it though. Keep those shoulder blades drawn together. Shoulders down away from your ears. Feel that resistance getting stronger. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and release. Okay. Okay, there's so much more to do with straps. We'll do more next time, but let's go ahead and get our standing poses and stretches in. So let's stand up. And I'm going to turn my chair to the side so you can see what I'm doing. You all just need to make sure you have lots of room behind you so that we can first start in our mountain pose. Feet hip width apart. Equal weight on the front and backs of the feet. Tailbone pointing down towards the floor. Core is engaged to lift our chest up nice and tall. Shoulder blades drawing together again. And shoulders pushed down towards the floor, away from your ears. Chin parallel to the floor and the crown of the head is reaching up nice and tall. Okay, let's place our hands on the back of the chair, keeping our back straight, walk backwards till our arms are straight, bend just at the hips, keeping the back straight. Oop, I'm out of frame, but so you are like a tabletop and you are looking down at the floor. Your ears are between your elbows. Your arms are straight. Your back is straight. Your legs are straight. You're just bending just at the hips. You're feeling a nice stretch throughout the shoulders. But now we're going to ask our upper back to do some work. So using your upper back muscles, slow controlled movements, lift your gaze up to look across the room and hold it. And lower your gaze. And one more time, lift, look across the room and hold. Use those upper back muscles to stabilize your neck and head, to lift it up. And release back down to the floor. Walk towards the back of the chair again. And balance time. So we are back in our standing mountain. You can leave your hands on the back of the chair for support if you'd like. But I want you to fix your gaze on something still in front of you. Something that's not moving, keeping the eyes open. Shift your weight over to the left leg. Pick up your right foot if you can. And see if you can't maybe let go of the back of the chair. Keep that gaze fixed on a still point. If you need to go back to the chair, do so. If you need to put your foot back down for a moment, do that. But just keep going. Start again. You can move into tree pose if you would like, which would be to put your foot on your calf. Some people can do it up on their thigh. I'm not. Don't put it on your knee. That is hard on the knee. So do it that way. Keeping your gaze fixed. You can move into tree pose if you'd like. If not, keep working on your balance from where you are at. Other side. Fix your gaze. Shift that weight over to the right leg. Pick the left foot up. See if you can release your hands from the chair. Move into tree pose if you'd like. A little bit of ankle and knee work here, of course. So let's lift up on our toes. Flat-footed, roll back on our heels. Lift the toes up off the floor. You want to hold on to the back of the chair for this. Slow, controlled movements up on the toes, flat, roll back on our heels, lift the toes up off the floor. Up, up, and back, back, back. Now let's step our legs a little wide. We'll do some squats. Just keeping our tailbone pointing towards the floor. Bend the knees, lowering yourselves down as far as you can comfortably go. Just bending the knees, keeping the back straight, tailbone pointing towards the floor. Really working those knees and thighs. Help keep ourselves strong and stable. Give yourself one more deep squat. See how far you can go. And up. All right, let's come back to our chairs. Okay, let's stretch that thigh out that we just worked. So we're going to push our knees over to the left side of the chair. Both knees are over the left side of the seat. Right sit bone might be a little off the chair, so you can bring that right knee pointing down towards the floor. You want a straight line from your right hip bone all the way to your right knee. Keeping that stretch down. You might need to hold on to the back of the chair. That's fine. You're going to get that nice stretch there. Straighten the leg if you'd like. Bring your arms in front of you, palms facing each other, and sweep up. Looking up at your hands. Warrior one. You can keep your knee bent if you'd like. But now I want you to come back down and bring your left forearm on top of your left thigh. Straighten the right arm and sweep it overhead. See if you can straighten your leg here, because it does give you a deeper stretch to the whole side of your body than if you have it bent. You will get a stretch, but see if you can maybe straighten that leg a little. More of a stretch. And sweeping back up. Knees together. Let's switch over to the right side. Both knees are on the right side of the chair. Left knee pointing down towards the floor. Stretching out the left thigh after working it out. And straighten that leg. Straight arms in front of you, palms facing each other, sweeping up, looking up. And forward, bring that right forearm on top of the right thigh. Left arm straight, sweeping over. And sweep back up. Come back to center. Let's keep our knees wide for a moment. And our palms facing each other, arms straight. Sweep them up again. Make sure your feet are firmly on the floor for support. Looking up at your arms now, keep your back straight, bend just at the hips. Come forward. as far as you can comfortably go. If your hands need to be on your knees, your forearms on your thighs, that's fine. Or ideally, you want to come all the way to the floor and let your neck and head hang loose like a rag doll. Just make sure you are not dangling without support. Don't let your hands just freely dangle there and using your back muscles to hold yourself up. That's not what we want. Support yourself so that your neck and upper back and can just let go and your head can hang like a rag doll. Shake it out. Okay, and then just slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time, stacking each one on top of the one below it until you come up into a seated posture and can release yourself back into the chair. Let the chair support you now. Let your back rest against the back. Find a comfortable place for your feet, your knees. Let the chair hold you now. Release yourself to the chair. And I'm just going to take us through a quick scan of the body. We're going to start with the feet. And we're going to feel them contacting the floor beneath us. And feel the bottoms of our feet getting nice and warm. The floor is heating up below us. And as the floor heats up, it turns into a warm sand. And your feet start to sink into it. Your feet sink down, and the warm sand comes up over the tops of your feet. You're encased in this warm sand that moves and massages out any leftover tension that you might still be holding in your muscles, might still be holding in your bones or tendons. Let them sink down. Let your ankles sink down into the sand. That warm sand comes up, kind of its movement rubs against your tendons and ligaments, releasing the tension. Let your calves and shins sink down into this warm sand. Come up over those muscles. Let it massage them. Let that warm sand come up over your knees, warming the whole socket, the kneecap, back of the knees. Warmed and released. Let your thighs and sit bones sink down into that sand now. They come up over your thighs, the tops of your thighs. Rubbing out any tension. Let your hips sink down. Warmed and relaxed. Everything from your hips down to your feet and toes is submerged in this warm, massaging sand. Sink deeper. Let that sand come up over your hands if they're in your lap, over your wrists and forearms and elbows. Let it move up your torso, your lower back, middle back. Warming and massaging all those muscles all around your sacrum, all around your lower back and spine, all around your abdomen. Release all tension. Let it sink up over your upper arms, your chest, and your upper back. Just sink down into it. Surrender to it. Sink down till that sand comes up over your shoulders, warming, massaging your shoulder joints, shoulder muscles, your upper back muscles, up to your neck and throat, base of your skull and your jaw, all submerging down into the sand. Don't worry about breathing. You can still breathe in the sand. Let the sand come up over your cheeks and your lips, your ears, your eyes, your forehead, your scalp, crown of your head. Begin to lift back up out of the sand. Let it fall away from the crown of your head, your forehead, your jaw. Rise up out of there, down your neck, shoulders, chest, upper back, arms, torso, abdomen, hips, hands, thighs, knees, calves, shins, ankles, and feet. Sit up with a big stretch. Reach your arms nice and wide. And wrap yourself up in a hug. Bring your palms back to heart center. The light within me sees and honors the light within each of you. And it is in that place we are all one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Join me again next time.